You're listening to She's the Business podcast.
Is your customer avatar profile working for you right now? Well, that's a good question, isn't it? So if you're finding that the people who are showing up in your sales calls or in those conversations with you aren't ready to buy, or they're not the right fit for you, you're finding that you need to customize or you need to offer them something, maybe you're even discounting or changing your offerings to meet their needs, then these are all signs that your customer avatar needs a bit of a refresh. It's time to get more specific. It's time to really get aligned to the ones that you really want to attract so that they're 100% loving exactly what you've got on offer. They love the price. They can't wait to sign up and work with you. Another sign that you might be having is, maybe you're putting out content on social media and you're finding it hard to get some traction, finding it hard to get people to take that next step with you, to come across and learn more from you, or to find out how to work with you. These really simple steps. Usually it's not a sign that your content's bad or that anything you've put out on your social media isn't of value. It's just not connecting with the right people. The right ones aren't finding it and they're not seeing that it is for them, which is another sign that a bit of work is required on your customer avatar profile. So if that's you, then this episode is exactly for you. It's coming right up. Please don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and in my 23 years of business and marketing, I've built many brands to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And just in the last 10 years, I've built 2 online businesses of my own from my dining room table with 2 little babies running around at my feet. I've made it my mission to inspire you to get out of your own way and become the successful business owner who's living the lifestyle you really desire without all the hustle. This is She's the Business podcast, made by women for women. This is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration.
So with today's episode, we are talking all about why your customer avatar isn't working for you and what to do instead. Now, no doubt you have a customer avatar because that's probably one of the very first things that you were told to do or that you knew that you needed to do when you were working on your initial marketing strategy. So who is it that you're actually marketing to? Create a customer avatar. That is the general advice that you'll find on Google, anywhere out there. And you may have also found some customer avatar templates. Now, I know from a lot of experience in the 20 odd years I spent in corporate marketing and then the 12 now and counting years in online business, that there's a huge difference in the way that people build customer avatar profiles and what they actually gain out of them. And unfortunately, the majority of the profiling tools or templates or worksheets that you find out there are seriously lacking. And it's not that they never have worked. They used to probably work okay because back in the day, companies had a very different way of targeting their market than what we do now. Now we have, obviously, the internet has just exploded. We're in a totally different place because we're very searchable. We're easily found online. Our market that we're able to reach has exploded. It has just grown to a huge amount. And because of that, it means that there's also a lot of other people playing in that space. So it's no longer enough to identify your target customer, create an avatar profile that is, based on gender, age, where someone lives and what they like or dislike. Those kind of things may give you what I would call your surface level information about somebody. And sometimes it's not even relevant. Think about a business that it doesn't matter whether the client is male or female. There may be businesses it doesn't matter what the age is. Whereas with other businesses, it could be absolutely critical because your product or service is specific to a life stage. So this is why most customer avatar profiles and templates are really lacking, because they're leading you to believe that you've created a detailed profile, but yet all you've created is a bit of a shell. And what happens when we are buying is not based on whether we're male or female, not based on whether we like pink or we like blue or whatever colors we like. And it's definitely not based on, things that we might like in our life, hobbies that we do, or even our financial situation. Those things are not driving our buying decision. What does drive the buying decision are what we're thinking and feeling, and obviously what is that we really want. The desire for the outcome is the thing that gets us interested in the first place. And then whether we choose this person or that person is so much about that emotional connection that we have. Is this the right fit for me? Do I like what they say? Is this resonating? Do I trust them? Do I believe in them? Can I see that they understand me? Now, you can only be showing that you're really understanding your client when you're speaking to them at their innermost core, when you're speaking to the emotions that they have, when you're speaking to where they are right now, the situation that they're in, when you're speaking to the things that they are believing that's holding them back. Because if you're not able to help them remove some of those barriers that they've placed in their own way, then they're never going to be in the place where they're ready to buy. And that's why your current customer avatar template is really a few logs short of a log house. It's not doing the job. You need to have something that is far, far deeper. And it's much more about the psychology, the psyche, what they're feeling, their emotions, what's in their head. All of those things are so much more important than the item that you might even look at in, say, your Facebook ads when they're asking you to profile who you're targeting. Those things on a very much the surface level. And this is why, even I'll, be really honest and say I created a customer avatar worksheet and template. It's been my most popular download for the last 5 years. Ever since I released it, I've had people opting into it pretty much daily without me even promoting it. However, this year, I have realized that, wow, I need to take it about 5 levels deeper than what I have done before. And so I've completely reinvented my customer avatar worksheet. And, I guess I've still included some of those surface level things because sometimes they're relevant and it's up to you to pick and choose which are the ones that are the relevant ones for you. But the other questions dive into the psychology, the real human, what is beneath their skin? What's driving them? What's driving that desire? All of the things that are going to make you have content that absolutely connects, messages that get somebody to take action, and ultimately makes it far easier for you to sell your service to the right person. Now, of course, this is not about making your service something that everybody wants to buy because you're not there for everybody. You actually want to attract the ones that are right for your service because it's who you've designed it for. And they're obviously going to get the best results working with you. Really trying to make sure that they're keeping their foot in each basket. They don't want to ignore potential opportunity and narrow down. However, what that means is that then we have a profile that's not really aligned to anybody. And what happens when it's not aligned. How can you possibly create really powerful, simple, and effective messaging? It's literally impossible. So I'm really excited about this new customer avatar worksheet. It's now available on my website. It's a free download. So if you haven't done yours for a while, if you've had an old customer avatar template or worksheet that you worked through, years ago, maybe you've even done one recently that is now surface level, well, I invite you to download it and to deep dive with me into the questions that actually matter, that actually make a difference in your marketing. Because this is what is going to take your marketing from something that's a bit plain vanilla, that's very easily overlooked and ignorable, to something that is impactful. And yeah, that's it. It's a really great exercise to go through. I highly recommend that we're doing this on a consistent basis because, even if you're doing it once a year, go through this profiling activity for yourself, because what you've learned over the last year, you will have new insights. You'll have some changes, maybe a few tweaks that you want to make where you've experienced working with a client or two that you might have thought, I don't know, maybe they're not quite my ideal client. Well, you can start to almost, I'll say, circle them out of that profile that you're making. Because when we do that, when we can sort of be really clear on who we don't want to attract and therefore adjust our positioning, adjust that messaging to align to the ones we do want to attract, well, that's who shows up. So if your customer avatar profile isn't working for you, which means that you're getting clients or prospects who aren't buying, maybe you're getting clients sign up who then hard work. They're not really fun to work with. They don't have a great experience. Maybe they leave early, they complain, they ask for refunds. They just aren't a great gelled fit for your business. Well, it just is a sign that this is some really serious work that you need to do. It doesn't take long either. So I'm saying it's serious work, but you know what? Doing your customer avatar profiling, it should only take you minutes, really. You know, if you go through the questions, what I've written in this new worksheet are a lot more like journaling questions. You know, I want you to sit there and to really deep dive into what you know, what you understand, who it is that you're connecting with and why. And these questions are designed to help you flush that out so that you can use this powerful language in your copy. And it doesn't take long. Maybe it'll take you half an hour, but think about that. Half an hour's work that could save you weeks, months of really mediocre marketing, and instead be getting great clients who are showing up in your inbox. That's what we all want, isn't it? So those are the signs. If your customer avatar profile isn't working out for you, you know, you'll know it deep down. You'll know, you know what, they're not the right clients. I'm not quite attracting the right ones. Well, this is the absolute first step in getting the right ones to show up. So if you want to go and download this new worksheet that I've created and really understand about the psyche of your ideal customer, then head to jessicaosborne.com/customer-avatar. You'll find the download there. And yeah, I invite you to enjoy it. It's completely free, costs you nothing. But this is honestly one of the most, well, no, actually, I'm not going to say one of, this is the most critical step in your marketing strategy. You cannot have a good strategy if you are not clear and really specifically clear on your ideal customer, because it's almost impossible to market properly to them. And when you are clear, you know, the benefit that you get from this is you stop doing activities that aren't aligned. You stop doing things that are connecting with the wrong people. What you're putting out there is connecting with the right people. So everything just becomes so much easier. It's kind of like you just turned the light on. You've been in the dark, trying to find your way in the dark, muddling through. And suddenly someone turns the light on and it's clear. It's suddenly easy. You can see where you're going. Oh my goodness, there they are. They're right there in front of me. I just have to reach out and touch them. Or they are going to reach out and say, hey, how can I work with you? Because now I can see you. That's really it. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode today. If this is something that you know that you need to improve on for 2023, I really invite you to, download my free worksheet. Let's get into it. Enjoy it. Give me some feedback. Let me know how you got on. I always love to hear from people. Even the messages like, yes, totally nailed it. Love this. It was so good. Or, hey, I'm struggling a bit with this. Could you explain what this means? More than happy to help. And I invite you to do that. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and I will speak to you soon.